in here, and you've seen in many of my videos that I like to uh, play around with power banks. So I got kind of like a target numbers in my head on power banks, on whether they're okay or they're just complete garbage. So I kind of base everything off this Duracell, this big honking power bank. It's a dual output, so you got one USB A and one USB C for in and out, and then you got a micro USB for in. And this is a 20,100 milliamp hour pack, and I know I don't get 20,000 out of it, but it's within reason of its capacity and stuff like that. So the only reason why I'm in the search of other power banks is because I like to have something, and this works perfect on these heated garments. So you need quite a hefty power bank if you want it to last all day. So that's what I've been looking for, and I know for a fact that this lasts all day if you let the jacket go from its preheat to medium. It'll last all day. So I finally made a discharge numbers on this thing, and so for your real world discharge capacity, this one comes in at 12,516 milliamp hours. That's your normal everyday capacity that you're going to get out of this thing. So you're going to be like, well, if it's 20,100 milliamp hours, why do you only get 12,000 out of it? Well, that's just the way it is. I mean, you got to deal with voltage losses, and you're taking a battery that's at 3.7 volts, and you got to boost that up to 5 volts. So you got some losses, and you don't know how efficient a lot of these boost converters are. So you'll never find out. They're not published. Only the manufacturer knows. So I base stuff out of this power bank here. So it's got to be at least 12,000 or more real real life milliamp hours. So they come up with these weird numbers like, this is a 20,100 milliamp hour pack. But if I were to plug it in, and when I recharge this thing comes in at 17,525, which is within reason, a good margin of a recharge for one of these things. And I've done a lot of milliamp comparisons with a lot of power banks in here, and a lot of them are just way too far off for their numbers and stuff like that. And on top of that, the price range. I mean, you can get this from Amazon for a certain amount of money, and then you get something that's so-called more, for about the same amount of money, but it doesn't come anywhere near what it's supposed to. Like this thing here, this easy longer. Well, it's just a little bit short on the recharge capacity. It's not no 26,800 milliamp hours. It was a lot shallower. So, but the actual real life milliamp hours was a little bit closer to my specifications of about 12,000 or more. I think this one come in at about 14. So, and the only reason why I was looking for another power bank is because when you stick this one in the pocket, the internal pocket, it's just a little bit too tall. I mean, you can put it in your pocket and just leave the thing open, your zipper open, but then it could fall out or rip the wire out. So you kind of have it like kitty cornered. But even at that, the pocket and the zipper are screaming, ah! So I've been looking for similar capacity, but a little shorter. And I finally found one that is decent enough for heated garments, because I'll have to do one on this Con Lexan. And this one's another one that was, I think it's 26,800 milliamp hours, but it's grossly under, I think. But I never did it on camera, so I'll have to do it on camera and see what the comparisons are. Just like, all my babbling about, my threshold of a certain power bank, blah, blah, blah. And I do know that the rest of the Duracell line is within reason of their recharge capacity. As for what real life actual usage, it's going to vary depending on the user, what you're using it for, blah blah blah. But even this little guy, this little guy here, he says he's 12.2 watt hours. So I don't know if they claim this as a 4,000 milliamp or a 30,000 milliamp hour battery. It's only 118,650, so it can't be any higher than 36. Even though somewhere in the Netherlands or Wonderland is 4,000 4 amp hour 18650s. I haven't seen them yet. So called they're out there, but I haven't seen them. So just a little update video on power bank and power bank threshold that I have here in this laboratory wackiness. And maybe we'll have more in the future. I don't know. So stay tuned and subscribe and all that other good stuff. So we'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.